Eden Zero is back, and we start where we left off with Witch in the hospital and Clown telling her about a new ether treatment. He explains to her that ether isn't everything. People, the animals, the earth, the sky, the water. It's that people have never been able to prove it with the modern technology. That is until recently when Valkyrie dropped a paper on her thesis. Obviously, this thesis was correct, and Clown is able to use this to treat Sister's disease. And we get to see the first time in the flashback all four Shining Stars all together. As we already knew, Witch, Sister, and Valkyrie were apparently all friends. Apparently they met in college. And of course, Hermit was a Japanese schoolgirl who just happened to be a genius. Hermit and Valkyrie were able to work together to discover that ether isn't everything. And so we skip ahead to after the treatment where Sister is now fully healthy. In fact, she isn't just fully healthy, she's like completely at the peak of her health that she could ever have been at. I'm not saying she's superhuman, I'm just saying she's where a human being is at if they had no issues whatsoever of any kind. Because Sister and Witch are currently together, Witch then asks Sister if the other two would allow her to help with their experiments. And we skip over to the other two, to Valkyrie and Hermit, who are discussing how they kinda used Sister as a guinea pig. And Valkyrie 100% says, no, we definitely used her as a guinea pig. She has a giant smirk on her face. But their guinea pig was a success. Therefore, they can prove that ether has the ability to purify, which means they can save the Earth. Now, here's the thing. This image here of the Earth and the ether of the Earth floating around it. Now, when I was reading this, someone decided to talk to me, and so I saw this page that I'm looking at right here, with the corner of my eye at first. And so the first thought that came to my mind was a chronophage. It ended up being just the Earth and its ether. But here's the thing. It definitely looks like a chronophage. And Mother 100% said that her power isn't with her at the moment. The power that would allow her to give ether back to the entire cosmos. This same power that is referred to as purification in this very chapter. So what if Mother's power is the chronophage? It's not just a living creature in space that eats time. What if it's just Mother's ether flying around, purifying things? But because it's wild power and it's not being controlled by Mother, it doesn't just purify things, it completely removes their time at a certain point. I mean, just looking at this page, I can't see it as anything other than a chronophage at this point. That the Earth's ether is a chronophage. That's my theory anyway. So obviously, since Shiki and them were all spectating this, they quickly deduced that the overdrive of the Earth is the creation of Mother. Funny thing is, Shiki's more interested in how he plays into this. Where does he come from? Rebecca then points out, well, this is 20,000 years in the past. You wouldn't be here. But Shiki points out that, no, Mother said I was here. I made a deal with her. So where am I? And Mother decides to skip ahead a few months to the birth of Shiki. And Shiki learns that Witch is his mother. Shiki's completely stunned by this, but the rest, Rebecca, Happy, and Pina, they're too busy making goo-goo faces at a baby. They're just really excited to see a baby. Funny thing is, Shiki doesn't seem to put two and two together that Wizard is his father, which means he murdered his own father, and he doesn't even realize that ever even crosses his mind. He doesn't even think about that. He only focuses on the fact that Witch is his mother. That makes sense that he focuses on Witch. She is the person he was with the most out of the two of them. His only interaction with Wizard was, the fight, but still, the fact that he has no emotion on the idea that his father was manipulated into killing him, or the fact that he was manipulated into killing his own wife, Shiki's mother, none of that seems to register with Shiki. He completely just ignores Wizard's existence altogether. I find that to be so weird, because based on who Shiki is, you would think that would be a concern for him. The fact that he now knows who his two parents are, and that one of them just straight up killed the other, and that he, in another universe, killed the other. But the thought doesn't seem to cross his mind at all. I just don't get it. Mother then decides to do a time skip again to the beginning of the end of the world. We see one of the many natural disasters that would lead to the destruction of the Earth. This seems to be like a super volcano. But yes, the next chapter will most likely be where Shiki meets Mother and the deal that they make. Basically, we're going to see what the end of the world looks like and why Shiki is forced to make this decision. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Eden Zero and other amazing things. Thank you and have a great day.